Lumedx Echo Module, Documenting and Finalizing a TTE Structured Report. Prior to watching this training video, you should have already completed the Apollo LX navigation video training, and you should understand the following. 1. Know the different icons in Apollo LX. 2. Know how to find your patient in different modules in Apollo LX. 3. Know how to navigate through a workflow to edit or add data. The objectives of this training video are the following. 1. How to review the sonographer findings. 2. Documenting on the Overview tab. 3. Using the wall motion. 4. Reviewing and documenting measurements. And 5. View and finalize the structured report. To begin, go to the Lumedx CVIS folder under My Apps, and then you will click on the icon labeled Lumedx. If you are on a workstation at the hospital, this Lumedx icon will be displayed on your desktop. When the login window appears, enter your network ID and password in the username and password fields. Once you are logged into Apollo LX, go to the Echo module under the Filters pane. Click on the To Be Read filter. This will show you all patients that have studies ready to be finalized. You can sort by the Interpreting MD field by clicking on the column header, or you can begin typing your name in the Interpreting MD box to narrow your results. Double-click on the patient that you need to review. Reviewing sonographer findings. When the workflow opens, click the Tech Findings tab. At the top of this screen, you will see any findings left by the technician. Review any communication or documentation left by the sonographer before documenting your findings. The Overview tab. The Overview tab is where you will document your findings for the study. The fields that are in red font denote that these are IAC data elements. These data elements should all be completed prior to finalizing your report. The first thing you want to ensure that you do is to make sure your name is in the Interpreting MD field. Click on the Interpreting MD button. Enter your last name in the text box in order to find your name. Once you find your name, highlight the row and click the Apply button at the bottom of the window. This tab is organized by heart structure. Each section contains drop-down boxes and check boxes for your documentation. Most of your measurements will transfer from the ultrasound machine. However, estimated EF will require manual entry. Please enter a value in estimated EF. Blue hyperlinks. The blue hyperlinks exist to give a more detailed diagnosis under each heart structure. To open the additional window, click on the blue hyperlink. For example, if I want to document on the septal motion, I click the blue hyperlink to find the additional information. As you fill in data in the Overview tab, you can preview what will be transferred to your report by looking at the left-hand side of the report preview. I will enter some data to demonstrate. Take note that on the aortic valve, the structure drop-down is in red. However, to mark it normal, use the checkbox and not the drop-down. All other structures should use the drop-down value. If you see a yellow triangle with an exclamation point, this alerts you that there are abnormal values in the field. If you hover over the icon, you can see the normal reference ranges for this data element. Using the Normal TTE template. If your TTE study is normal or close to normal, you can choose the Normal TTE template by clicking on the menu item Apply located above the tabs. Select Normal TTE. Normal values will be filled out on the Overview tab. You can then chart by exception by adjusting any data elements. Wall motion, measurements, and QA. Wall motion scoring diagrams are available in the Echo workflow. These allow you to enter wall motion data in a graphical representation of the heart. Scoring results are numbered and color-coded and can be adjusted quickly using the mouse. You can click the All Normal button in the upper left-hand corner of the wall motion scoring section of the screen to automatically set segment values on all diagrams to normal. Any previous values are overwritten. To set a value for all segments of a wall motion diagram, right-click outside the diagram you want to edit, but not on any of the diagram segments. A Set All menu displays a list of possible values for the diagram. Select a value. All segments in the diagram display the new value, and any existing values are overwritten. Also, corresponding segments in other diagrams are also updated. There are two ways to change the value inside a segment. 1. Simply by clicking the segment. This increases the value of that segment by 1. You can also right-click a segment. Right-click a diagram segment to open the Set Selected menu. This menu displays all possible values for that segment, with the current value checked and displayed in bold. Click a value to change it. Below the wall motion diagrams is a read-only display that keeps a running total of the number of fields that have been scored, as well as a total of all scores. Those two numbers are used to generate a wall motion index that is displayed on the right side of the section. The Measurements tab shows all measurement values, most of which are transferred from the ultrasound machine. There are 3 sub-tabs to review the measurements. Not all measurements are transferred to the report, but they are all available to review. The 3 sub-tabs are 2D measurements, mitral aortic valves and diastolic function, and tricuspid pulmonic valves and great vessels. You can change any measurement if you disagree with the value. The QA tab is for IAC review of studies. This tab will primarily be used by the medical director of the lab for IAC accreditation. Finalizing the physician report. You can preview the physician report by viewing the data in the report view. As you are entering your findings, the data will populate in the preview window. Always change any data on the data entry forms and not in the report view. To move any statements from the findings to the conclusions, you can simply right-click on any section of the findings and select Copy to Conclusions. Those statements will be moved up to the conclusion section. As a tip, You can change the order of the items in the conclusion section by clicking on the black arrow on the left-hand side and moving it up or down. When you are finished reviewing, click the Save button. When you're ready to finalize your report, click on the Reports icon on the toolbar. Next, click the plus sign next to the report you would like to create. In this case, we will select the TTE Echo report. Once the report is ready for you to view, it will be listed at the top of the window. Click the View icon to view the report. Once you are finished reviewing the report, close the Microsoft Window Word document and click the drop-down under Status and select Final. You will be prompted for your user ID and password. Enter your network ID and password to finalize the report. Once the report is finalized, you will not be able to edit any data on the report. You will need to create an amended report. Please watch the video, Lumedx Amending Physician Reports. As a tip, never edit any data in the Microsoft Word document itself. Data entered here is not saved to the database and will not appear on the final physician report.